Hey Michael. Okay, I'm going to run through your workout today, doing it in 30-second intervals. And like you told me, you have some limitations as far as what you can do and then also the equipment you have. So all I'm going to use is the 5-pound weights, and we're going to go ahead and set your pacings for this. This is a workout you can do every day, every other day, whatever you find the time to do. Mark, also go ahead and try to do this. Because of your limitations, I'm not sure what you can or can't do, but like we talked about, you doing anything in the pool is going to take a lot of the stress off of that, and I think that's going to be the best thing. I would definitely talk to your doctor about what he thinks also what you should do, but go ahead and look at this, see what you can do. It's low impact, it's more repetition, and just, you know, you're going to get that burn, get your heart rate up, and that with the diet should start helping you. If you have any questions, hit me up on a text or anything. But I'm going to go ahead and start it and follow along. Michael, this is something, because I know you like to spend time sitting at your desk in front of the computer, so I made it real simple for you so you can do it right there at your computer. We're going to go ahead and start with circles, but I'm going to set the timer and just go for it. We're going to start with small forward circles with your weights. Now if it gets to be too much, you don't have to use the weights, but I want to make it challenging for you as well. We're just doing forward circles real small for 30 seconds. I know 5-pound weights don't seem like much, but boy, after a while they'll start to burn. Okay, now we're going to turn it around and go backwards. 30 seconds. Small little circles. It'll help keep your core tight, keep your stomach nice and tight. Okay, now I'm going to give you a 30-second break. Remember when you're doing these to keep everything nice and tight. Five seconds left. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do big circles this time. And control the weight. And then backwards. And they'll start to burn. Okay, another 30-second break. And while you're doing these, if you find that it starts getting really tight, go ahead and set the weights down and just continue without the weights doing it. Main thing is you want to keep moving. That's what we want to do, is keep your heart rate at an elevated position and burn some calories. Okay, now we're going to go on to set 2. This one's going to be shoulder raises. You're going to go halfway up, around, and down. Then you're going to go all the way up and down. So you're going to do that for 30 seconds. Okay, next you're going to do shoulder presses in a squat position, or if you're seated. So you're gonna go in like that plie squat position and then just do shoulder presses. And because the weight is real light, what you wanna do is contract those muscles and tighten them as if you were lifting a heavier weight and squeeze them up at the top. Now take a 30-second break. We'll start that over. Here we go, forward shoulders, halfway up, around and down, and then all the way up and down. Down into the squat position and shoulder presses. Squeeze them at the top. Take a 30-second break. Now we're going to go on to exercise group number 3, and then we're going to come back and do all that one more time. We'll start with arm curls. Remember, because 5 pounds isn't much weight, what you want to do is tighten your bicep and squeeze it up. You want to imagine that you're lifting a lot more weight than you actually are. And this will help working on your form too, so as you get in better shape and you can start lifting heavier weights. Okay, and then now you're going to do tricep kickbacks. I don't know how comfortable you're going to be bending all the way over forward, but if you just stand slightly forward and squeeze them down at the bottom. Come up, tighten your arms, squeeze them down and tighten your triceps. Take a 30-second break. So I hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in a while. I know you have a lot on your plate. I have to commend you for doing such an amazing job taking care of your father, because I know a lot of people nowadays with elderly, special needs like my son. A lot of times people don't want to take that responsibility themselves, or they pass it along to a family member. And I know you know what I'm talking about in that situation. So I want to commend you and say I'm proud of you, the way you stepped up for both your mom and your dad ever since the time I've met you. So. Okay, now triceps. Squeeze them at the bottom. Okay, take a You take a 1 minute break and then we're going to start the whole process all over again. And remember, you can do this kind of at your own pace. Like see, I'm kind of, my breath is elevated a little bit. That's the idea behind it. Now, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing, you can do in different positions too if you want. We'll go ahead and take 30 more seconds. Say you're doing the, you can't do the shoulder rolls, but the presses and stuff like that, if you want to do this kind of a thing, not sure where I'm at with this. If you want to do like a wall sit and do the curls this way, you know, shoulder presses against the wall, adding that, the element of a wall sit is gonna definitely work you a little bit more. So just kind of experiment with it and find out what works, what you feel comfortable with. Nice and tight circles. And remember, if all of a sudden your arms start getting tight or your shoulders start getting really tight, set the weights down. Keep your arms tight though, don't just make them loose. Keep them tight and use those muscles to dictate the movement. Okay, I guess we're doing small circles here. I'm starting to go big. Okay, we're going to make them burn and keep going. Don't break this one. Go big. Forward big ones. This will get the blood pumped in there and you'll definitely feel these. And actually, because it's so low impact and you're not really taxing the muscles that much, you could probably do this exercise a few times a day on your 20-hour days you put in. And then backwards. Yeah, see, now they're feeling like I got 20-pound weights in my arms. Keep your arms nice and tight. Okay, now we'll take a 30-second break. Have your water ready. You can keep going. In about a year's time, you'll have 50-pound dumbbells going. Remember, control the weight through the full range of motion. What we're doing here is just getting your body used to physical activity, getting the muscles going. Okay, from a squat position, your shoulder presses again. And remember, nice and tight. You want to come right down to your shoulders and up into a V over your head. The reason is as you get heavier weight, you want to have that form. Okay, now we're back to these. All the way up and down. Halfway. All the way up and down. You always want to bring the weight to that spot and control it. Okay, Take a 30-second break. And we're going to do those two again. You never want to be throwing the weight. You know, some people, I see some people curling like this. You're throwing these big dumbbells around, and it's like, I don't ever want to see that. Everything you do is slow and controlled, good, proper movements. You're controlling the weight. All right, here we go. And if you notice, when I do the top ones, when you go all the way up, you're stopping right before the 100% mark, because then that way you keep that tension on. Okay, I'm in a squat position and presses. Imagine the weight being a lot more than it is, and you're squeezing those muscles up. Got to get your head into a workout. Okay, 30-second break, and on to the next one. Up. What I mean by that is, it's just like I was saying in the other video about, I was doing this, the leg extensions or the leg lifts, and you squeeze the butt and you feel the muscle you're working. When you connect your mind with the muscle you're working, it helps you contract it more, helps you isolate those muscles. If you're just kind of, okay, here we go, curls. If I was just doing this, I could do this all day. Okay, I'm just going to show you and then we'll do this set over. If I was doing this and wasn't tight, I can do this with 5 pounds all day, okay? But if I isolate it and I squeeze it up and bring it up and squeeze it up, and now all of a sudden I'm taxing the muscle like I got a 25, 30 pound dumbbell in my arm, then all of a sudden now I'm working that muscle. Okay, here we go. A lot more than if I'm just going through the motions. And a lot of times, people will have mediocre, mediocre workouts because they don't have their head into it. They're walking around the gym, looking at everybody, talking, instead of having their head into what they're supposed to be doing. Now, not that you can't enjoy your workout, but if you're going to put forth the effort, you might as well get optimum gains from it. Squeeze them at the bottom. Come all the way up, tighten your arms, and squeeze them all the way down. Second break. So anybody else watching this, my goal and my desire is to help people with obesity. So my workouts aren't about bodybuilding, they're not about getting ripped or all fired up. It's about just getting people used to the idea of a healthier lifestyle. Eating healthy, learning that can be not only nutritious, but you can make some great tasting meals. You don't have to go without. I've been doing this program for about 8 months now since I wrote it. And when I wrote the diet, I thought, okay, I wanted to put stuff in there so people don't feel like, oh God, another diet, or I have to go without everything. I've enjoyed eating so much more now than the way I used to eat. Even when I was eating healthy for like a contest or something, I'm in contest shape right now, with the exception of doing like a depletion diet right before a contest. Okay, I believe that was 2 sets. So that's the workout right there. Michael, do that every day you can do that, or switch it up, do it every other day, depending on your time. If you're sore one day, skip a day. And then there's also walking and all these other things we've talked about. So the most important thing is to stay focused. I love your enthusiasm and everything you've been telling me about. We'll shut that off now. How your pants are fitting looser, how you have more energy, all these things. I want nothing more than to see you succeed and reach your goals. I think God's got some big things in store for you and to help you inspire and motivate people, because you know the stuff you've shared with me about your life, man, it's amazing. And I want to see you make that transformation so that down the road, God's going to be able to use you powerfully. All right, there's your workout. Mark, whatever you can do in there with your situation, with your stomach, do that as well. And we'll keep working on it. Maybe I'll take a trip out to Havasu and we'll do something, we'll design something in a pool so that way you can get that workout in and not have that stress or that strain on that. So, all right, there you go. Take care, everybody.